What's up guys, it's LA Spartacus or Miracle here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my updated Magica Draongknight PvP build for the Horns of the Reach expansion. Alright guys, so we're going to go and get straight into this build. Alright, and my keyboard is not working. Alright, there we go. Okay, alright, front bar, we're going to go and show off the stats. Back bar first, my bad. Back bar, maximum Magica 37,000. Maximum health is 22,000. Now this is pretty low for a DK, but I mean it's high enough. Maximum stamina 10,000. Just almost 11,000. Only missing 700. That's I mean if we were to throw on 2 tri-stats, that'll actually help out health and Magica while bringing down Magica health and stamina while bringing down Magica a little bit lower, but that's up to you. Spell damage 1500. Spell critical 25.6, just shy of 26%. Spell resistance 415. Physical resistance 22,389. Critical resistance is 1500. Our boon is the Atronach. You can change this to spell damage if you wanted to. The reason why I run the Atronach is I'm not the best with self-sustaining, especially being a 395 CP. I'm not throwing out as much DPS as I should be as if I were at max CP. So if you're like 500 CP plus, definitely replace the Atronach for spell damage, just because 1, you're gonna have more CP to throw into Magica recovery, and 2, you're gonna be throwing out a lot more damage, so you don't need to be in like those 15-second fights, you know. And now Magica recovery is 1754, health recovery 263. We are a vampire. Stamina recovery 565, and nobody cares about the weapon damage or critical. Stage 4 vampirism. We are running the Witch Mothers. You can replace Witch Mothers for max health, max Magica, or Tri-Stat if you wanted to, because we're running the Atronach. But like I said, if you're going to replace the Atronach for spell damage and then switch Witch Mothers out for like a Tri-Stat or a max health, max Magica, it's going to be pretty tricky, because this is 300 right there, and that's 240 right there, so that right there is probably going to bring you down closer to 1200 recovery, which to me, I'm not the best at self-sustaining. But we are running 5-piece heavy armor, so what that does is we have the Constitution passive, where basically we restore 541 Magica and stamina each time we get hit for every 4 seconds. So we're running 5 pieces heavy, 2 pieces light. And the reason why I have all the light traits maxed out, I know someone asked that last video, is like, why'd you have all your heavy and light maxed out if like you have to be in 5-piece for some of them? Because I'm constantly trying out new builds and seeing it really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm playing solo, I'm definitely going to use this build. This build is outstanding for solo play. But if I'm going to be playing like a small group scenario, like a 2, 3, 4 man group, I'm definitely probably going to switch to my more supportive role, where I'm a little less tankier but more burst damage. Just really depends. So like this build is good for group play as well, just because of how tanky we are. But if you're gonna be running this build with the group play, you need to switch out reflective scale for draw essence, just because if you run into like a 4VX or 2 or 3VX, draw essence is really good DPS and outstanding healing. Okay, now we're gonna go and get into the sets. So the sets, this is optional right here. The only reason why I'm running 1-piece Chidan, 1-piece Infernal is because, well, I can even replace Infernal for HotR, but I only have this in light, and it's impen. I want 30, but anyways, off that. Typically you're going to want to run 2-piece Scoria or a 2-piece HotR, just because you get so much more DPS from that, especially with HotR. HotR hits like a truck. But since if I do put on a HotR helm, like I still need to farm up a heavy sturdy or a heavy impen, preferably heavy sturdy. So if I put on my HotR set right now, I'm gonna have a medium shoulder and a light helmet, and then we're not gonna have any 5-piece for anything. So typically you're gonna want to run 5 heavy pieces, 2 light, or you can do 5-1-1 if you just want that extra Magica to hit right about 42,000 maximum Magica on your front bar, and then right about 38, 39 Magica on your back bar. But I like to run Chidan just because of all the extra resistance. Like this is our stats unbuffed. In fact, let me go and show you guys our stats buffed. So we're just shy of max resistance on spell resistance, and we're 3,000 away from having 30k physical resistance. So I can show you guys what the stats are. Guys, the rest of the sets. So, like I said, if you wanted to, or dungeon or whatever the hell you want to call it, and what that will do, so you can take off volley armor and replace volley armor for draw essence or reflective scale, and then on your back bar you can put a fossilize right here if you want to. That's completely up to you. What that does though is it frees up a skill, and it makes you tanky 24/7. Plus you don't have to spend magicka on volatile armor. But also what volley armor does is that if you're close to Nightblade and you go stealth, if you hit it just in time, it'll put a dot on the Nightblade, and then the dot will constantly pull him out of stealth. So that's optional. I guess you can run two-piece Infernal because we have a shield, but it's useless for PvP. And then we're running 5 pieces of Seducer. Now, a lot of people don't like Seducer as a Magica Draongknight, and I honestly have no idea why it is such. Of course, DC has King's Crest. It is such a good set because look at this. Our lash only costs 2,000 magicka without 5-piece Seducer. So we went from 2,000 magicka to 2.3k, which that may not seem like a lot, but if you think about this, 1 lash 2,000, 2 lashes 4,000 with Seducer. 1 lash that's what was it? 2.3, almost 2.4. Yeah, that's almost 2.4. So then 2,400, 2,400. So 2,000, 2,000, 4,000, 400, 400, 8,000. That's almost 5. Yeah, so you're saving yourself just about 1,000 magicka right there. It's such. Do you have 1,500 available? 1,500? What? 1,500. But it's such like a big difference for such small numbers, if that makes sense. But anyways, like Seducer's optional. You can replace Seducer for many different sets. 5-piece Shackle Breaker, have a little bit more health and stam recovery, a little bit more damage. I think Shackle Breaker gives damage, I believe. I don't have it on me. Oh yeah, but see right here, if you run Mighty Chadon, it's optional. But then you're also losing 1,000 magicka, which I like. Now with, where was I? Oh yeah, so that's with Seducer. So you can replace Seducer for Silk of the Sun if you wanted to, or run Silk of the Sun. You can replace Seducer for Shackle. You can replace Seducer for Agility. Magnus. Magnus isn't that good of a set. But there's plenty of sets you can replace Seducer for. There's enemies right here. I'm gonna go ahead and my stats fully buffed. Spell damage 1,800. Ah shit. Come on, proc. There we go. Ah shit. Okay, hold up, guys. Come on, spell weave, just proc. Jesus Christ. There we go. 3.2k spell damage. Spell critical. Yeah, 25.6. So those are our stats fully buffed. 3 is extremely high, especially for pulling 40,000 maximum magicka. And keep in mind, guys, this is all purple gear as well. All purple gear with Rakuda enchantments. And none of my characters are golded out yet, just because I'm too lazy to farm gold or farm the map. But yeah, so that's our stats fully buffed. And now let's continue into the sets. Anyways, 5-piece Seducer, like I said, it's optional. You're gonna, I believe I'm running 5 sturdy or 7 sturdy. Yes, yeah, you're gonna want to run 5 sturdy, 2 impen, or you can do 5 sturdy or 4 sturdy, 3 infused on the big pieces, and you get 300 more magicka I believe. It's something like that. But then you're going to be closer to 42, maybe 43 maximum Magica. So in the long run, it's more DPS, but also you're less tanky. Wars. Okay, second set is Burning Spell Wave. This is a must. You get maximum Magica spell damage, spell critical. When you deal damage to flame damage ability, which MagicaDKs are all flame, you have a 15% chance to apply the burning status effects to the enemy. Increase your spell damage by 507 for 8 seconds. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds. Oh, I actually never knew that. That was every 12 seconds. Alright, but so yeah, 12 seconds, I mean, that's a lot, but I mean, even unbuffed, or even without the spell weave proc, you're at 2.6, almost 2.7k spell damage. So 2 pieces on the body, I got gloves and belt just because that's what I got, and sturdy and impen. And then 3 pieces on the jewelry, all obviously arcane. 2 pieces of jewelry are going to have spell damage. And then the necklace is going to be reduced block cost. And then also Seducer, Sword, and Shield on both bars. So we got 3 Seducer in the body, 4 or 5 for our weapons. And then two one-piece monster sets, or there's 3 different options you can run for 2-piece 1 monster set. Like I said, Scoria, Grothar, or Mighty Chadon. Let's go and get into the skills. Skills are pretty much the same thing. Yeah, actually, it's exactly the same thing as last build. But we got Burning Embers, Burning Embers, Burning Talons, Flame Lash, Dragon Fire Scale. Fire Scale can be replaced out for many things. Engulfing Flames, 10% more DPS from all fire damage attacks. 1, 4. No, that's magic. Never mind. So that's 3 skills right there. All right. Is this magic or fire? Yeah, this is flame. Okay. So that's 3. That's already 3 skills right there. So that's 10% more damage from all these. Such as more DPS in the long run. Root them, Gulf them, burn them, lash them. And then your shooting star is also fire damage. So this will do 10% more damage as well. And then along with your back bar ultimate right here, your ferocious leap. Yeah, flame damage. And plus being a dark elf. Oh yeah, we are dark elf. I mean, obviously, I just said that. We have the destruction ancestry, which are flame damage is 7% more, which is absolutely ridiculous. If you have this with engulfing flame, you're doing 17% DPS than a high elf sorcerer with the exact same stats, exact P. So you're already doing 17% more DPS just because of those 2 passives. Where was I? Oh yeah, so engulfing flames can replace that. Draw Essence, this is more for if you're going to try to get those 1VX clips in, or if you're just taking playing. Is that an enemy? No, it's not. Playing map, small group play. Oh, Dragon. No, Dragon. Fossils can also work. Fossilized is actually very this. Eruption. A lot of people say eruption is really bad. And one stuck in talons and they're not out. You throw. And then here's the thing: if you're running Chadon, you can take out volley armor, replace volley for eruption, put on engulfing flames. So what you typically do is pop embers, pop eruption, and then talon right away, or talon, and that's a shit ton of DPS that they're taking right there. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, like I said, there's just many options that you can. Personally, I prefer fire scale or fossilized, just because if you have one of those little pussy night blades or pussy sorcerers that like to do nothing but streak or stealth or hideaway or runaway or whatever the fuck you want to say, fossilized typically stops them, especially for those night blades. Those shitty night blades that have that little 5,000 damage burst on you. They realize they can't kill you, only take away 10% of your max health, and they try to run away. Nah, fuck you. Fossilize their ass and bound. Show them what's up. Show them who he is. Anyways, fossilize, or if you wanted to, you can run Inferno or Fire. Those also both work extremely well, except with Inferno, Major Prophecy, you already get Inner Light, so you're kind of wasting skill. It's DPS, flame damage, so hit that with engulfing flame, damage, but it's every 5 seconds, so that's 3 times. 15 seconds, the best. Alright. Back armor, igneous shield, coagulating blood. This is your getaway, and then ferocious leap. This is oh shit ultimate, which basically, if you're about to die or quick execute, pop this. You can. I actually really like to replace ferocious leap for right here, shield wall. Just because we're perma block build. That's why we're running sturdy and resist block. Shield wall, and you're gonna be super fucking tanky, because then you can restore your stamina without having hold block and DPS at the same time. You can still do while blocking, but you're also losing stamina at the same time. Alright. Alright, we got 25 into Warlord. 7 Arcanist, you want to get this up to 14, so that's 75. 14%, and this is at roughly 12%. Throw everything else in a Shadow Ward until it's maxed. If I'm not sure if this can with 75 and 12 to 15, but if you throw a couple and a tumbling. 37 into Elfborn, you're going to want to get blessed up to about anywhere between 5 to 10%. 56 in Elemental Expert, and 20 spell to get about 3,000. You can throw a couple into Shattering Blows just because of all those pussy sorcerers that do that sit and hide in shields and throw absolutely 0 DPS besides maybe a proc frag here and there. Fuck those guys. 14. You're going to want to get this to about anywhere between 10 to 15%. If you have any CP left over, throw everything else in a Thaumaturge, or you got 28 in the Ironclad, you're going to want to get this to about 15%. In fact, actually, I'm going to throw a CP into there. You're going to want to get resistance to 1.1k. You're going to want to get these Defender up to anywhere between 10 and 15%. And then if you want to, you can throw some CP in the back up. I mean, I have a 3k, which is plenty. So that's the CP. This is a 395 CP build. If you're at max, obviously your stats are going to be a lot better than mine. This is better for you. It's just the beauty of being a fucking max CP, sadly. At least sadly for me, good for you. Alright, so that's this build, guys. I hope you guys like this. Let's see. I guess somebody's already taking back that resource. Hopefully I can show you guys this build in action. Hopefully. Nah, I doubt it. Of course. But let me go and show you guys the rotation that you're. Alright, so basically the entire time while blocking, you always want to buff. That's typically the rotation, just buffs. You're gonna want to do a light attack. Oh, in fact, I forgot that. Swords and your shields are both sturdy. Your first sword defending. So this is with the Kuda enchantment. So infused with the Kuda enchantment, purple sword, spell and weapon damage. With the gold sword, like 450 or something like that. Maybe I don't know, but like 440 and 460, I'd say. So that's already a damage. That one infused, you're only getting like you're only getting 320. So we're getting 115% more spell damage, which is absolutely helpful. Your back, I have Absorb Magica, but typically you want to run Crusher so weak enemies greater. So I'm running Absorb Magica, and we're defending just because this is our system. fucking tanky for that. This week I will be writing out a everything I have will definitely be answered there. ESO content, and take care.